Ed, how are you,
How are you
fella?
doing, Evan? How are you?
I'm amazing. It's good to have you on, my man. I thought we wouldn't have got to chat, but it's good to have you on.
Thanks a million. Yeah, being fairly busy here, but we got around to it in the end.
Deadly right. As you said, you are very busy, so I'm not going to. We're going to go straight into it, and we're going to keep it as short as possible.
No problem at all.
Let me. So, where are you in the Black Forge now? Is it?
Yeah, I'm in work here now at the moment. Yeah, I'm actually working on some new menus, a new breakfast menu coming out next week, next Thursday. We're working on a new autumn menu now to hopefully launch that now this first week of October.
Deadly, unbelievable. Right, I have so much to talk to you about the Black Forge and all that crazy world that you're in.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
just can I get a quick idea, brief 30 seconds of, I suppose, your background, Ed, before where you are now, where you're at now?
Yeah. Well, I started in this industry in '89. I worked for a man called David Edwards. He was probably one of the first kind of celebrity chefs, I suppose, out there. He was very outgoing, an amazing chef up in Kilkee House. And then I went through college and kind of moved around, teaching myself kind of different styles and different, I suppose, outlooks on what way to do things, you know. I like to put my own style and stuff. Um, and I've been at it ever since. It's 35 years this
Wow.
October now. I'll be at this.
How did the that's a long time. That's longer than I'm alive. How
Yeah,
did the
couple of
whole
lifetimes there.
how did the whole uh, Black Forge in pub opening? How did that come about initially for you?
Okay, so at the time I was working I was a executive development chef and consultant for, I won't name them, a catering company. And I'd just done a big gig in Farmley where I was the executive chef for Will and Prince William when he was over for the state visit. So I'd done that 3 day gig there with them, and the Black Forge had asked me to come on board through the manager at the time, Liam Flynn, to just advise them on a layout of a kitchen, type of food, style of food, and more or less just to consult on the role.
Was that
Um,
before Conor got involved, or was it?
no, this was Conor had bought the pub,
Right.
and when I came on board, it was being gutted,
Okay.
so it was a building site. So they just wanted to see what the best layout would be, what I suppose, my experience, how I could advise them on what type of food to do in this area and how it would stand out from, I suppose, the premises that were local to us, you know. We
Yeah.
wanted to stand alone. We wanted to be unique down here and not just a run-of-the-mill bar food operation, you know. So that's why I came, as I say, on board as a consultant initially, and then I was made an offer I couldn't refuse, and I came on board full time then.
Right.
I've been here ever since.
Deadly. I'm going to ask one Conor question, if that's okay. Obviously, I'm sure you're asked them all the time.
Yeah, a lot, yeah.
I'm not going to ask about, the sport, the global sports star or the movie star or anything like that. I'm really intrigued about like ultimately as a bloke that owns a pub and is as your boss and
Yeah.
a publican at the end of that list somewhere, maybe the top of that list, I don't know, but like what, like you were saying to me earlier, meetings and so many meetings and all the rest of it. Is what's he like as a boss, and or is he involved, or is he, how does that whole
Yeah.
thing work?
Yeah, very much so. Connor's passionate about this pub. Absolutely passionate about this pub. Loves the premises, loves what we're doing. Very, very interested in making sure that we're a step of the game all the time. As I said before, I'm a long time in this business and I've worked for numerous people, including myself. I had my own business for a few years. And this is a unique position for a chef in a sense where anywhere else where you'd work, you'd have to sit with a board and you'd have to sit with financial controllers if you wanted to do X, Y, or Z. You know, we have unprecedented freedom down here to put whatever we think will work on the menus. We have the best of the best equipment. We have from cutlery to crockery to the design of the pub to the design of the menus to the ingredients that we use. I think we're probably the only pub that can use I suppose, the quality that we use here. Where we're not bound by financial constraints as such. Don't get me wrong. This has to make sense like any other food industry or food business, which it does. We're extremely busy here. It's extremely popular. I think we're probably one of the very few pubs in the country where you would have to book. It's very difficult to get a table here. Weekends are booked out months in advance. And that's from a pub without any car park space, So we're obviously doing something right down here. We've been awarded Best Pub Food in Ireland there at the Bar of the Year Awards, which was a nice little nod to what we're doing, that we're just not a run-of-the-mill pub. We are a step above that, and we like to keep that way all the time.
Yeah. When you, obviously you have so much experience across all sorts of, restaurants and food operations. Just from looking at it from afar, Black Forging, and you see the videos McGregor puts up sometimes, or you have Snoop Dogg coming in, and like it seems like it seems like the maddest place to work in a good way. Like what's it like in terms of as I said, you have so much experience working in operations.
I suppose I view anybody that comes in the door as a customer. As don't get me wrong, it's when you have A-list celebrity Hollywood stars coming in, it can be daunting. It can be you want to be on your A game, all the time. But we've kind of brought that ethos into everybody that comes in here. It's not just. This is going to sound very cliched and very, I suppose, but it's not just in for a burger here. It's an experience in the Black Forge.
Right.
That's what we aim for. From the minute you arrive at the door, to the menus, to the way we serve people, what we serve, to the belt, which has its own celebrity status, getting your picture with the belt, and then Liam with his tour of the pub and his history of the pub. Like it's not just you go in for a pint and a burger.
Yeah.
You come over and experience in the Black Forge, and we try to give that to everybody. And then obviously Conor has that massive pull around the world, where we'd have a lot of tourism in here, and then obviously attracts huge A-listers, sports stars. We've had them all, and it's brilliant. It's great to get to meet these people, and you do find out that they're human too. They're a bit of crack, and they enjoy being here. And they always end up leaving, having a good time.
No, it's on. I obviously I do it for at least a bit of traveling, and you talk to people, and the first thing that everyone seems to say, you mentioned Ireland, McGregor, but it's amazing the amount of people. I was over in the UK, and friends of mine, they'd always mention the Black Forge Inn. Like you'd expect, obviously McGregor, and then you would think, well, maybe UFC or Roadhouse or whatever, but the Black Forge Inn always seems to be like right up there as.
That's nice to hear. Yeah, no, we've established ourselves now, I feel. We're always pushing forward here, and that's why I think we are unique. We don't just sit in our laurels, When I think we have a made, I'll push forward further again, because it can get very stale. This industry can get stale if you're not keeping up with the new trends, the new, I suppose, styles of food, and trying to stay ahead of your competition all the time. And that's what, I suppose, keeps me interested in the business after all these years, is that every day's a school day in here. Every day you're learning something new. You see something new. Like there's some amazing chefs in this country at the moment who are producing unbelievable, high-end stuff. It'll blow your mind, and it's inspiring to be amongst them. Even if we are just a pub. It's the try to be. If we are a pub, we are going to be the best pub.
Yeah. What's the future? So, Ed, for the Black Forge Inn, but maybe you can't speak with this beyond, because I know I heard McGregor's bought other pubs and stuff like that. So what's the kind of the future for the group?
Well, I think it's public knowledge now that Conor has purchased a big pub over in Hout that's currently going through a planning process as far as I'm aware. And then obviously it was a big operation not too far from us here in Drimna down in Marble Arch. So the idea would be that we'd get them finished and we'd open premises there. And there's also talk of the brand being brought abroad. There's huge demand for this brand. You know, there's huge demand for Conor and Conor's reach. You know, the Black Forges, as you say, is extremely popular. We're the most followed pub in the world on Instagram, and that's no small feat. You know, so we are well known. We're worldwide. We're recognised. You know, as being Conor's, I suppose, his headquarters when he's at home. You know.
Yeah. Definitely. Let me finish up, Ed. I really appreciate your time. Two final ones. I hope I don't throw you in it with this one, but I'm only going to ask this because I remember seeing it on his feed before about he put up a picture of your food and he was like Michelin star or something.
No.
Is that no? That's not
We're not Michelin star. Obviously, we'd love to be. The volume and the, I suppose, the speed that we are here. It's definitely something we want to work towards. We will never say never. We would love to aim for that. You know, we recognise we're not a fine dining restaurant where we have 6 or 7 chefs standing over the plate. You know, we are not that. We offer really, really good food in a much more relaxed, informal setting. You know, we do use ingredients on par with what's being used in Michelin restaurants, you know, fresh truffles, lobster, gold leaf. Like, we use all the high-end stuff that you wouldn't see in your regular pub, you know. Would we be recognised by Michelin? I'd like to think so someday. Are we at that level? It's something we strive towards and work towards. I think our numbers and our volume would probably play against us a little bit, you know.
Course. Deadly. Final one. I ask this question a lot to guests. If I gave you £1 million, how would you know, what business would you spend it on? Obviously, maybe if your boss gave you £1 million, he has a few of them hanging around. What business would you, either existing restaurant or a new concept, how would you spend that money?
If you gave me €1 million now, I'd retire. That's it, I'd be done. I've done enough. No, I've always been a dream of mine someday. A little small artisan coffee shop, bistro. Okay. You know, small little menus, artisan Irish producers, real relaxed, real kind of on the fly, kind of change the menu regularly, you know, that kind of way, just whatever's there, and just that kind of freedom just to come in and just that passion back, you know, where you can just get something, you come up with a dish and you stand by it. You know, just something really, I suppose, relaxed is what I'm looking for, you know, something kind of that uses, like, as I say, some of the producers that are out there that we're using here as well. The stuff just speaks for itself, you know. So if you can work on something like that, some kind of small operation.
Deadly. Unbelievable. Ed, thanks a million. I'm going to take no more of your time. I really appreciate it. It was amazing to talk to you. And
you too, Paul.
I hope to meet up with you in person if I get up to Black Forge some point, if I get a table.
Drop in. We say hello, yeah?
Man.
You're very welcome.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.